again, and as we start, I want to wish all my American friends happy 4th of July. So it's the 5th of July here, but I think it's still the 4th of July in America, even though it's kind of early afternoon here. You're probably finishing your day. So, I'm going to continue the letter that we've been reading, and had another. Gosh, Trish, you're so clueless. Um, Right, and there's the N word in here that I did actually write down, but I'm not going to say it. So I don't say the F word either, or the C word. And anyway, so I just use little characters where the profanity came in, um, except for where I wrote the N word down from a song that was playing. Anyway, so here we go. It's a new day. It's my 6th letter. Continued. 21st of February. It's a Saturday. Dear family and friends, bliss, peace, contentment. That is what I feel as I write. I'm sure it's partly due to your prayers, partly to what the Lord is doing in my unit of 20 something women, and partly due to what the Lord is doing in my own heart. I no longer view them as horrid ninth graders. I have gotten to know many of them, cried with them, prayed for and encouraged them, and they for me. Some of them are really, really funny. The language is decidedly blue, but they don't notice. And I prayed it would be like white noise. So I barely notice it either. I actually did. I prayed. And there's really only two words that they use. That's the F word and the C word. And it was just like everyday language. Like, don't, not just, don't, not just pass the butter, but pass the butter. It's like, it was just, yeah, like white noise. Oh, it's just incredible. So, and I actually have stopped noticing it. That's how it was. Um, yeah, there only seem to be two words they use, neither of which refer to Jesus, which is a relief. So they didn't use Jesus as a swear word, which was handy. It was good. I was relieved about that. They do pretend to be shocked when I come out with an observation or two. They have this idea that Christians are straight laced Puritans who refuse to have fun. And of course, fun without drugs is an unusual concept for some of them. That's how they have a good time, alcohol and drugs. Uh, I've made great friends with some of the lesbians. They were teasing me about my love for the women here because I said that I'd love them, and so they asked me if I'd turn. so, so I answered with a straight face. Said, "Well, you never know if it gets cold enough. But seriously, I love you in a healthy way." That's what I said. I said, "I love you in a healthy way." And they just, peals of laughter erupted at the use of my word healthy, because for them it's just normal. And no, I didn't get into theological debates about homosexuality. That's, that's, uh, that's just the least of anything. What my priority was Christ, that a person's most immediate need is Jesus, and anything that he wants to sort out in their life is between them and him, unless it's something that directly affects me that I feel like I should address, which I did from time to time. So that's where I was, where that's concerned. You might handle it differently, and that's okay. I did have an upset that made me livid. All right, here we go. I was running 30 laps of the basketball court, a touch over 2 kilometres or 1.2 miles, plus doing sit ups. I'm getting fitter and healthier. We can't go every day, but I go whenever they let us. So that's when we go to the gym. They'll allow so many people to go. and I would run around. The basketball court was inside the gym, which is a shed with I think it's mesh down the sides, so it's kind of open air, but they have see-through mesh. So I guess they can see through with everything going on. Things can't be hidden. And there was a basketball court there, so I would just run laps and around it time and time and time. Loud music is always played when we work out. So I stopped to shoot some baskets and noticed the words of the song. I heard the F word again and again, like the F word, like the real one. And I thought, this is wrong. Should I complain? Maybe not. It's a risk that could backfire. Anything you choose to complain about will come back and bite you on the backside. So you've got to calculate the risk. Actually, it's not unlike real life when if you have a leader or a boss or a manager that's not doing the right thing and you've got to make the decision, do I complain? And knowing that there's a huge risk when you do because there will always be a price to pay and you will always be marked by that manager. Most 9 times out of 10, that person will see you as their enemy from then and that you're trouble. And so you've got to take a calculated risk as to whether you open your mouth. That's why prayer is often the better. I've made that mistake. And I think prayer is a better outcome. But sometimes you do need to speak. I'll speak up on behalf of someone else, but not often for myself. Anyway, so here's this song, filthy song, filthy F words going over and over. And I'm like, I'm forced to listen to this stuff. They don't want me talking about Jesus to anyone and forcing my religion on them, but they're forcing that garbage down in my ears. Then I made out the words, run, N-word, run. I just even just saying that, I just feel this flush of, I can't believe it. I can't believe that there's a song. I know this was 10 years ago, but it was wrong then as much as it's wrong now. That it's incredible. So it was just repeated in the song. Run, run. That did it. Never one to back away from looking foolish. I tapped on the supervisor's door, and her office overlooks the court. Excuse me, are you aware of the 4-letter words in the song being played? She looked at me and asked, are you religious? I hate religious stereotyping, so I avoided a direct answer. It's nothing to do with religion. I just didn't think the prison would condone offensive language in music it provides. It's insulting and disrespectful to the ladies, and that will hinder their rehabilitation, and especially when there's a rule about us having to be polite. And she looked at me like I was from another planet. And just in case I had forgotten, she reminded me, this is prison. That language is everywhere. So, not being one to easily take a hint, I pressed on. Yes, I'm aware that even the guards use that language, but it can't be healthy for us. Besides, it's got racist words in it, and the black girls would hate it. So there it was, there I said it. She put a pen down and she said, it's the women who choose the music. They write out a list, and every 6 months I go out and buy it. If you don't like it, you've got 2 choices. 1, don't come to the gym, or 2, write to the Director General. There's leadership in action. So, again, my response. Well, it wouldn't be fair for me to miss out on exercise, and if the women have chosen it, I won't complain, but tell me, do you have Mamma Mia? No. Okay, thanks. At least I gave her a story to tell in the staff lunchroom. When I told the girls back in the unit, instead of sharing my indignation, they laughed their heads off. Only you would care about that stuff, Trish. Later on, I quietly asked my Aboriginal friends about it. They do hate it. It is racist, but they don't make waves. I guess they've learnt to pick their battles. I went to an Anglican service. I'll go to whatever is on offer. It was funny to hear some of the women chatting on the way over about how God has been effing touching my life. There's nothing effing like God. He's effing great, man. Right. Right. Oh, do you remember when I moaned about my hair, my sunburn, and a broken fly? And that all I needed was for a bird to poop on me? Well, even that finally happened in the yard the other day. Our yard is completely caged, and we have finches, those little birds, and parrots that sit on the top. Uh, yep, I looked down, and there it was on my arm. Uh, where is it? I've lost my spot. There it was on my arm. The girls assure me it's good luck. Luck. My luck turns into funny, awkward, or embarrassing stories. At least they make me laugh. For example, all our clothes, except for underwear, are put in laundry bags to be washed downstairs. And consequently, I hand wash my knickers in the shower. A few feet away from the shower is the toilet with its built-in hand basin in the top. And at the rear of the hand basin are two buttons. Pressing one will flush the toilet, and the other activates a little bubbler for drinking water and hand washing. Okay, so this is where I'm going to fiddle with my controls and show you some pictures. I know I promised I would do that at one stage. Now, what am I doing? Where are we? Oh, why can't I go further down? My start screen share has stopped. I'll have to work out how to do the screen share when maybe I have to switch it. Maybe I have to get that ready before I start. I was hoping to show you some pictures, but I don't think that's what's going on here. Okay, so there'll be an order in which I do things. Sorry about that. I'll find out about that, and then unless you know, if someone's watching this and you want to put in the comments that because I've got start screen share and I had it ready to open to show you, but all right, I'll do that next time. All right, let's go back to, don't worry, there'll be pictures. All right, so yeah, so at the back there's this toilet that's metal and it's got the two buttons. One's for drinking, which has a little water come out the top, and the other one's for flushing. Right, so the flushing is fierce like that on an aeroplane toilet, very loud. And sometimes I would, I'd lean over to the, it's not when you want to drink, I would lean over the commode to press the button to get a drink from the bubbler, and only to give myself a fright as the toilet flushed, because with a loud suck, and I had obviously pressed the wrong button. So you lean over for a drink and then boom, which is not great. Well, the simplest thing to do is wash my knickers in the shower, wring them out, and then reach across and pop them on the edge of the sink, ready to be hung up after I was dry. Imagine my horror. Oh, it's one thing to write this in a book, it's another thing to read it out loud. Imagine my horror when I realised I had put my undies too close to the edge. Plop! They dropped right into the commode. Ew! Reminding myself that it's only water, I fished them out and gave them an extra thorough cleaning. I had no interest. I had no interest in sticking to the 3-minute shower limit that night. So yeah, just wash them all over again. I'm sure there's a message in there somewhere for all of us. God just hasn't revealed it to me yet. That's my effort at being a bit funny about it. And I read 2 daily devotionals in my morning prayer time, 1 every day with Jesus, and 2 the word for today. It's wonderful how the messages can be practically relevant on a given day. I'll leave it there because that's going to go on to another section. Yeah, so anyway, more adventures next time, and hopefully I will have mastered being able to screen share on this live. So every time I do something, I learn something more. So, all right, you take care, and I will see you next time. And yeah, happy 4th of July.